He's going down, he's going down, he's going down, he's down. Oh my goodness!
Well, deer season came to a close here a month and a half ago or so, and weather's starting to warm up. Everybody's getting some spring fever, ready to hunt some turkey. We figured we'd show some footage this week of, I hate to say it really, but a couple misses and a couple kills also, but you know, it's part of hunting. It happens. If you're going to hunt very much, it will happen, and we're going to show you a little bit of that this week, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Well, I've been hearing some birds behind my house, and went and put a couple blinds up before season, and decided to go set in one of those this morning, and you know, breaking light, it looks like I'd made the right choice. The birds were gobbling good, and
it's pretty aggravating.
I looked back through the footage. It looked like I shot maybe just a little bit right. I could see my wad going out that way, but we call that a MISS. It's sort of aggravating, but I guess that's hunting. Well, as you saw, I missed that turkey, so I decided to run through the house, grab my bow. I had another blind set up in the wheat field, and figured I'd go give it a try and see how it works. Well, I had a couple of hens and toms come out in the field, and I tried calling to them a little bit. They were having none of it. They were going to stay right there with the hens. They hung up probably 70, 80 yards out there, wouldn't do nothing, sat out there and strut, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. There's still a couple of hens out here in the field. Had some come in this morning, just made a bad shot, and by myself, trying to film by myself didn't help, but that's just a bad shot. I don't know what to say. Try it again. As we call it here at Bowdacious, had another MISS. Well, the third day, I decided to go try another blind. I had one set up on the old logging road, and the weather wasn't the best, but I figured I'd give it a try, and made a few calls and really didn't hear much. Was ready to get out and go to the house, and one just popped out of the woods there on me. We had a bird come in. He didn't gobble hardly at all, maybe once. I heard him over on the other side of the field, and saw the decoys and came up, and I don't know if the blind or the wind's blowing pretty hard today, and I don't know if something spooked him a little bit, but I had to go ahead and shoot him. But it was a decent tom. I think it's a 2-year-old bird, but we'll go out here and look and see what we got. Well, it's Friday, April 19th. The weather was sort of cool, but we had a good hunt anyway. The turkeys didn't gobble much on the roost, but I think this one gobbled twice, and the second time I could tell he was getting closer, and he saw the decoys and came in, and then the wind was blowing. I don't know if the blind moved or what, but it looked like he turned around to leave, so I went ahead and shot him. Didn't get a whole lot of footage, but it's still a fun hunt. BJ Sparks is a friend of Bowdacious. He hadn't filled his tag yet, so Brom told him to come out. Brom had been seeing some turkeys back behind his house. It's the last day. BJ decided to go out and give it a try and see if he could connect on one behind Brom's house.
Well, it's the last morning of Missouri turkey season. As a whole, we've had actually a pretty tough season. Brom texted me, I think it was like 10:30 this morning. Said there were some birds out in his field and he couldn't get on them. And anyways, I kind of stopped what I was doing and threw my camo on and headed out to his place. By the time I got there, the birds kind of shut up and we had slipped on down by the river and heard some birds gobbling kind of far off. And I mean, every time I would call, this bird would kind of hammer us. And
no, well, I think it's the same one. He gobbled while I was cutting, and then he gobbled again after I finished. I don't know.
I don't know, I can't tell how close it is.
didn't give us a lot of time. We actually spun around because the woods, I mean, it was kind of echoing off the woods and kind of sounded like he was actually coming on the other side of the creek from us. So we spun around and got set up, and the next thing I know, I mean, this bird just gobbles right behind us.
Watch those hands. They're looking. Where the hell is he? He's to the right of him.
So I kind of look over my shoulder and I can see him. He's strutting on this sandbar there, and kind of took our time and got spun around. Brom was kind of videoing from around himself, and anyways, the footage isn't going to be the best.
Trinity Archery was born from a desire to bring stability. Whether it's the Show Your Face silencing kit or the new T3, the most versatile stabilizer on the market.
Our greater hope at Trinity Archery is that you would find stability in Jesus Christ. If you would like a free pack-sized copy of the Word, go to trinityarchery.com.
There's nothing more stable than the Trinity.
Osage Trophy Blend Wildlife Food Plots, a specifically designed blend of wildlife forage seed made up of perennial legumes and annual forage brassicas. Planted in the spring or fall, Osage Trophy Blend produces a lush food plot that provides nourishment needed by native wildlife species, not only sustaining them throughout winter, but also aiding game wildlife to grow their maximum potential. Available at select outdoor sports stores throughout Missouri or online at osagetrophyblend.com.
Still can't see him. Yeah, I can see him. You think I can drill him from here? Do I? You think I can hit him from here? I think you probably could. Turn your GoPro on.
It took him a long time, but he actually ended up coming all the way, crossing a creek, coming all the way up to the edge of the river there.
Can you see him?
There's another little stream back here behind it. They had to cross him. He came with hens. The last day of turkey season. You're gonna put the smack on him. Oh, jeez. Looks like somebody's getting wet. You can swim across there and get that for me. It's pretty deep.
Put a long shot on this bird and he just folded over backwards, didn't go anywhere. I can't say enough about this hook's call. I mean, I've had actually a lot of birds work. I just couldn't finish a lot of birds this year using the executioner, the diaphragm call. And I mean, he was fired up and came in with a bunch of hens. It kind of blew me away that there's that many hens with him, and he just gobbled all the way to us. But it didn't take long. I mean, he worked his way up and got within gun range with, what, it's 15 minutes from the first time we probably heard him gobble. So overall, it's a pretty good hunt. We got it done last day, last minute. Got one tag filled. He's a real nice 2-year-old bird. He's probably got a 10-inch beard on him. Probably 1/2-inch spurs. I just can't believe he came gobbling in like that with all those hens with him, all the way to the edge of the river. I know we didn't get very good footage of him because it happened so fast, and Brom had a tree between him and the birds, but I was worried that those hens were going to work their way back off and gotta take this bird with him, so kind of had to hurry up and do something. So I was like getting it done on the last day.
Got it. Next, is your turkey an adult gobbler, juvenile gobbler, or bearded hen?
Adult gobbler.
Thanks.
Nothing left for me but dying. She kissed the TV and dropped it crying. It's better than to buy when you bury the lucky bride. The devil come and dance. So dear.